Then the third item of business is to hear from Mr. Say it again?
Just an Otis with a Cappy on the front.
Kapiotis. Mr. Kapiotis, it looks complicated, I'm sorry. From 5373 Sugar Camp Road. So if you'd like to. Okay.
Can I slide this down? Okay.
Sure.
Give me the pass those out. Make sure they're the right ones. This is John Spencer. He's from an affluent family here, and
Okay.
he has agreed to help me out. He's going to pass some things to you, if that's okay.
Sure. I think the one thing we need is we need to make sure that any of the things you provide us, we have one copy for the record.
You can have all of this when we're done. I want you to
Okay.
take it and
Okay, very good, thank you.
study it, whatever.
Thank you.
I'm going to need a real rebrenner. The reason we're here is because of this channel. And as you can see at the top end of that channel, there is a channel stream coming down the wall to Sugar Camp Creek. My neighbor, Mr. Brunner, and his wife Brandy decided to dump tons of dirt into this channel and all over this area, actually, which I'm going to get into briefly, and completely bury it, bringing all the water that used to go from this channel straight out to the drain that runs along Sugar Camp Road and then into Sugar Camp Creek, into my yard, causing horrendous flooding. That's why we're here. Nothing's been done about it. So this is all kind of new to me. So if I could ask the council something. First, I want to thank you. Thank you for letting me come before you. Before I'm done, you're going to understand why I'm here, and you're absolutely not going to blame me. I'm able to ask questions and get answers from people here. Is that correct? Because that's one of the reasons I'm here.
This is your presentation. We're not necessarily responding. We're here to hear your concerns. This isn't a two-way street. This is, you're telling us, you're before the Board of County Commissioners to tell us your concerns. Judith? Okay. So we're not having a public debate. We're hearing your
Mr.
concerns.
Lamping is not able to answer some questions?
We'll ask him if we need clarification.
Great. Okay. Because I like to read from, I thought I see in any other meeting I've been in, you're able to ask and answer questions. Like I said, this is all new to me. In the Clermont County Water Management and Sediment Control Regulations, I'm not going to read the section, I'm just going to read it. Again, you can have this when I'm done. No person shall cause or allow earth-disturbing activities on a development area except in compliance with the criteria and requirements established by these regulations. Cut, fill, or other alteration of land used or being developed shall establish criteria for the determination of the acceptability of such stormwater management. A permit may be required if the existing surface drainage is altered or if the proposed work within a project area constitutes a potential erosion hazard, etc. All drainage improvements shall be as such designed to adequately handle stormwater runoff according to the requirements of these WMSC regulations. Could we ask Mr. Lamping if Mr. Brunner has violated any of these regulations?
I think we have for the record, if I understand, that we believe that he violated the record.
That's good, that's fine.
We sent a letter advising him to make corrections. He agreed to make those corrections. He came to us for permits to make those corrections, which we have issued. And We're waiting for him to complete the work to make those corrections.
It's a
Well,
permit.
that's interesting, because I was assured by Mr. Lamping and Mr. Eigel that they would keep me up to date with what was going on, and that's the first I've even heard of this.
You didn't, I mean, that's the story I heard.
That's okay.
so I would
This is
expect-
what I.
I would
this is
expect
exactly
that
what
to
I'm
be
hearing.
the story you heard.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Eigel, is that not the story
Yeah,
that
we indicated to him that the permit had been applied for, and they were reviewing it at
Mr. Eigel, I'm a disabled vet. My ears were blown out on a submarine. If you could speak up, that would be awesome.
We had indicated to you in our meeting that the permit had been applied for and that they were reviewing it at the time.
And now it has
And
been,
now it has been approved according to Mr.
approved.
Lamping.
how many days do they have to,
So in other words, there's really no reason for me to be here, because the authorities
In 90
in
days?
Clermont County have already done what they're going to do. Is that correct?
so he has within 90 days to,
We issued the permits for him to make the corrections. He has 90 days to make those corrections. He's agreed, my understanding is he said he would make those corrections and
well,
we
he
have
has
no-
to.
Well, if he doesn't, we have further activity.
Right, if he
but-
doesn't, then we can take further legal action against him.
So what those corrections are and whether they are even correct is not going to be addressed, because that's why I'm here. With verification, by the way, with verification.
We issue a letter to tell him to make the corrections, and the correction is that the water no longer is diverted to your land. We don't have the
And how do we know that?
We don't.
I mean, what
I guess we'll
verification
look
do
at
we-
the
See,
water.
Mr. Humphreys, I have verification of that. I'd like to know what verification is going to be. See, I've received zero information, and I've done everything I could to get information about just these things. Mr. Eigel has assured me that Mr. Lamping would keep me up to date, and I've received nothing. I didn't know this. I mean, how do we know that the water is going to be drained?
We're going to have to observe it after the corrections have been made. And I imagine
Not
we'll hear
pertaining
from
to the
you.
photograph that existed in 2001, which is incredibly pertinent to this entire thing.
This is 2001?
Yes, sir.
And this was before the changes were made?
This is before Mr. Brunner ever moved in. That's why it's so important.
Okay.
This is what Mr. Brunner bought.
Okay.
Mr. Humphreys, this is critical. See,
Yes,
I'm
I
being
understand.
flooded. And so far, all I've really heard from Mr. Eigel and from Mr. Lamping is that the person that violated this, that caused this horrendous flooding, has made proposals. I have my own proposal. The proposal is to put the channel and the channel stream, the mouth of which is, and I hope you're listening, from my estimates, 3 feet above where it was. I don't have to tell you about channel streams, how highly illegal it is to change a channel stream. He has changed all that, and
We don't,
can I show you one thing, Mr. Humphreys?
sure, I didn't realize this was 2001. That wasn't explained to me when it was presented to
They
me.
don't want you to know. Can I show you
Well,
something
you
that's
gave me
important?
the picture.
May I show you this, Mr. Humphreys?
Of course.
Please, this is important. I want you to take a good look at this photograph.
You have more
I'm
photographs
gonna
for
show you-
Mr.
Oh, I
Proud?
have very important photographs.
Now, do you have another
This-
copy of this photograph for Mr. Proud?
Oh, you can have all this. You can have every copy I have. Oh, I'm sorry, I see what you mean. No, I thought we were going to be in an office setting, was what I was told. That's why I would have had plenty.
Okay. Well,
This photograph was taken this morning. This morning. I'm going to explain to you why it's so important. I want you to look at the manicured flowers. In the front, in the lower right hand, there's an inset of the flower bed that you can't see that's off to the right. Manicured lawn, everything is set. Now, the thing that's important about this, all the work that Mr. Brunner did has not been touched. And this is in keeping with everything I've been hearing. I hear, I'm going to do it, everyone's going to do it. Nothing is being touched. This morning, you can take this photograph and put it up against photographs that are weeks old. There'll be zero difference except the flowers are manicured. And I'm being told that Mr. Brunner is going to take care of this. I know how Mr. Brunner's going to take care of it, how he's been taking care of it, which is flooding my property. Mr. Brunner does not care.
when are the 90 days up? Do you know? Anybody know that? I'm sorry. 90 days from yesterday. 90 days from yesterday. Thank you.
I have lots more information showing why what needs to be done, including the illegal diversion of the channel stream, which Mr. Lamping has never even addressed. We couldn't even get past the channel, much less the channel stream. He's never addressed the issue that Mr. Brunner, I mean, diverting a channel stream is like diverting a river or a stream. It's not illegal, it's highly illegal. That's one of the reasons that this water is going in my yard. That's one of the reasons that the channel that you're looking at is so important, because it takes the water from that channel stream straight out to Sugar Camp Road. And where it should. That's the way the original engineers did it. That's the way they should have done it. Water runs straight. It's a channel stream coming off of hundreds of feet of valley wall.
Okay.
That's a lot of water.
Yes, sir.
I guess we're done here, huh?
It's
I brought these individuals who literally took off work so they could see their government at work. I thank you, sir. And I'm done. All of you have a good day.
okay. Thank you for presenting to us. We'll follow that to see that there is compliance. Anything else to come before the board?
No, sir.
Okay. That concludes our business for today. Thanks for joining us, and God bless.